Hello, Drawing is Fun students. So today's lesson is going to be ribbon drawing and shading. So the supplies that you're going to need is just a pencil, eraser if you want. My eraser is a little bit low on this one, so I just grabbed my other chunky eraser just in case you want to erase. Pencil wise, you can use just a regular standard pencil like I like for shading, or you can use a mechanical pencil. I've also noticed online that sometimes having two pencils to draw with works well. So you could have, for instance, two of the standard pencils, or if you just have a mechanical pencil or two mechanical pencils will work. So I'll show you both methods and you can try them out. Another thing that I'm going to use, just because we're going to do some blending, is a piece of toilet paper. So I just have one square is all I need. You can also use a little piece of paper towel, tissue paper. You don't even have to have paper. You can just use your finger as well. So let's do some ribbon drawing. So I'm just going to start out with the basic. So I'm going to draw a wavy line through my paper. I'm going to then echo that wavy line, but I'm going to then cross it over to the other side. So I'm going to start here with the same thickness, and then I'm going to go ahead and cross over, and then I'm going to end with the same thickness. So it has intersected right here. I can then go ahead and cap off the ends, and then this is going to be the start of my ribbon. When you are drawing ribbons, you can also do with a double pencil, I noticed. So they were holding two pencils at the same time, and then they were drawing the line this way as well. And you can get that thin and thick and a crossover. So you can try that. If that feels more pleasing to you, then you can just cap off those, and then we get a little bit of a crossover here. You could also try doing a very tight zigzag one that goes like this, and then bringing it back, crossing over this way, bringing it back, and then capping it off. As long as we get a few crossovers would be great. And here we can just kind of adjust this portion. That's why the eraser is always good, like this. Okay, so then the shading part, closer to where the cross is where we're going to have some shading. So if we have light coming in this way, and this is overlapping, we're going to have some darker shading. So we're going to take our pencil here, we're going to start to shade, and we're going to basically doing a value scale that's going to be moving from here out. So then we're going to lighten up our shading as we progress out this way. And then this is where the little piece of toilet paper or your finger can come in handy. So you can use this, and you can then blend, use it as a blending tool, and it will just soften that. If it gets a little bit on the outside edge, you can take your eraser and just kind of touch up the edge there. And then we would have some shading coming down on this side. Sorry, my shading's a little awkward because I have a box right here next to me to hold my camera. And then we can use this to start to blend this as well. To create that. So you would just move along practicing shading each ribbon, adding a little bit of dark closer to where the crossover is, and then lighten up as you progress over. Also where there's some bends and folds, we're going to have some shading. So as it bends here and comes back around. So play around with where you place your shadows, and see what it transforms into. So maybe some parts it looks a little bit more like it's sticking out versus bent. And we'll start to give a 3D effect. If it's not dark enough, you can go back over it with more shading to darken it. But what I would like you guys to do today is just practice drawing the ribbons, because this is going to build up to a project towards the end of the week that we'll work on. But we want to just practice drawing the ribbons and then doing the shading portion. And it's okay if the shading's off on some of them. This is just going to be practice. So today is doing about 5 ribbons total. And then if you want to take a photo with your Chromebook and submit those so I can take a look and see how well we're doing, that would be great. If you're not able to do that, that's okay. You can also try and take a picture with your phone if you have access to that. And if you have Google Drive on your phone, you can upload them to Drive and share them that way as well. Okay. So today we're just practicing the shading portion on the inside of our ribbons and drawing the ribbons. There is a bunch of online resources, and I'll try to put some of those links on so you can see different ways of drawing ribbons and doing the shading, okay? So you can also Google that. All right, happy drawing.